YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by desu. Sinder apologized and it got absolutely cooked. As we guys know, in the previous video we watched Sinder go through the most. I think Sinder is, I wouldn't say is a bad person, but she was just playing the business game of VTubing, and she kind of got a rude awakening of this whole business game, using manipulation tactics, kind of backstabbing your friends, the people that you associate yourself with, can turn really bad. But it is what it is, man. I mean, damn, that's the part of the game. That's how the game is, So yeah, I'm still got love for Sinder. Let's see what she has to say in her apology. As you guys know, I'ma be a realist. I'm not here to BS y'all. I'm not here to sugarcoat. Let's just be a realist. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Let's jump into the video. Let's go.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. Welcome to part 2 of the Sinder controversy, because she is now officially quote-unquote apologized. We covered this in yesterday's video. If you want the full details leading up to today, I suggest watching that video.
Yeah, check out also my video. I gave a reaction to his yesterday video. Crazy.
But if you want a quick breakdown of everything before we look at the new apology, basically you have this large indie VTuber named Sinder who found herself in a lot of controversy after a series of Google Docs were released about her, beginning with this one from the artist Nanolist, who detailed their personal experience with Sinder, as well as Sinder's manager / secret boyfriend named Redacted, where those two individuals would badmouth and slander many content creators in their space, and then they try to get Nanolist, a very popular artist, to sign an exclusivity agreement with Sinder, meaning that Nanolist could only work with Sinder. And in this proposed agreement, there were specific content creators mentioned that they could no longer work with. Now, some of these content creators were just random people.
To be fair, none of it is anything that's crazy. It's not a sabotage. It's more gatekeeping. It's me trying to get an artist, me trying to get editors, to gatekeep all the good people that are in the industry to all myself. It's nothing bad. It's nothing crazy. She was just playing business and it backfired,
That had no personal relationship with Sinder. It was just pure jealousy on Sinder's part and insecurity. But there were some content creators...
True, jealousy, insecurity, that also plays a factor too.
That viewed Sinder as a close friend. Basically, Sinder was trying to sabotage the careers of her own friends for...
Nah, not sabotage is a big word. She was gatekeeping a lot of things from their friends, I would feel like. Because sabotage, man, Sinder doesn't control these people's careers. She has no part of it. She's more kind of like, okay, cool, you want to use this artist, I'm gonna block that artist from you. Oh, you want to use this, I'm gonna block that from you. It's more like that, gatekeeping basically.
What, you may ask? Simply financial gain. She wanted to stay as the top dog in the indie scene, and she wanted even her own friends to suffer for her own success.
Which is smart, but again, it's a double-edged sword. So she also felt the impacts of the double-edged sword.
Obviously, this doesn't go over well, and it goes even worse because Sinder would quickly try to get on top of this and make a statement that gets hit with a community note with all the relevant evidence, where she tried to basically blame all this on the manager boyfriend, saying it's all his fault and he has been fired. Nope. Well, that didn't go...
Which is very wrong. I feel like Sinder should have never fired the boyfriend. Because this boyfriend, bro, he did his job. He did his job to the T. The person that he was representing was Sinder. Why would you fire somebody that is on your team this hard? I would never fire my manager. I would ride for a manager like this. Artists would kill for managers like this, that is ready to sabotage everybody else's career, but they put you at number one. You don't do that, It's kind of a bit scummy on Sinder's part, that she's now dismissing her manager. Even in my previous video, I said I hated this tweet because she's not addressing the elephant in the room. She's trying to say that, oh no, it's his fault. Meanwhile, we know it's both of you guys' fault, Anyways.
Well, as you can see by the metrics here on Social Blade, on Twitch alone, she lost 5,000 followers on Saturday, 6,500 followers on Sunday, and over 8,100 followers so far today. And then on YouTube, she lost 5,000 on Saturday, 6,000 on Sunday, and over 10,000 so far today. And you might have...
Yeah, actions have consequences. This is what we call consequence, unfortunately. It is what it is, man. This is content game.
Noticed that the number for today is the biggest, and it's blowing up even more as the day goes on. And that's because, well, she apologized, and that's going very...
What, she got 331 at the time of... This was probably yesterday, right? This video was released on 1 day ago. And now today's date is the 30th. So let's just check out Sinder. She was on 331. Wow, she lost 10 more thousand subscribers. Check over here. Now she's on 320,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is bad. It is bad, bro. So I think she lost like in total like, man, 40,000. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Talk about people can see through your BS, you know? Yeah, damn, dude. Anyways, it is what it is, man. You know, you made your bed, you must sleep in it. For me, if I was her, own it. If people which are gonna rock with you, it's better they go, you know, but own it, man. Own it. I feel like it's not a bad thing. She was playing business game, you know, even though it was scummy. It was very scummy. But it's business, you know?
Badly. But you also saw fans going nuts. People were literally burning their Sinder merch. Now,
that's stupid. Don't do that. If you're gonna burn your merch, don't do that. Don't be stupid. Stop it. It's not that deep. It's not. Trust me, it is not that deep. Don't be stupid.
Get the frustration, but as pointed out here, I think the best route, especially with any sort of clothing related merch, if you don't want to support her anymore, I would suggest donating it instead of destroying it.
Yes, that's better. You know, don't throw it away, you stupid. They don't donate it. Don't be stupid. Don't be dumb now. Don't be an idiot now. Come on, get over it. She did it. Whatever. You know, life goes on. It's not affecting you. Come on, bro. People love acting. Oh, it's affecting me. Come on. It's not that deep. Shut the fuck up. You know?
Because I don't think some like kid in need who's cold and needs a sweater would mind if there's a disgraced hellhound VTuber on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as I mentioned, there was the official Google Doc apology from Sinder. This was, of course, uploaded within an hour.
16 million views. Holy.
So of yesterday's video, as always, that always happens. But you can see down here before we read the document, Shy Lily, like looming down here with this very threatening presence. We're going to read her response that would ratio this attempted apology into the Shadow Realm. So I'm going to do something that I know you guys appreciate. I'm going to try to make this Google Doc rundown as simple and efficient as possible. I could sit here and read all 7 pages of what looks like a college student trying to get their essay in on time and reaching a certain...
Seriously, this could all be a simple tweet. Listen, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Business is business. It is what it is. If you guys don't like me, you know, move on. If you love me, let's move on. You know, I want to make amends. That's it. You know, simple, dude. You don't now have to write 7 pages. Oh my god. That's when we know you're scummy. You're obnoxious. That's no. Like, nah, you know, you got caught. Now you're trying to explain that you got caught. It's like, okay, man. Hey, look, you caught me. That's me, literally. Yeah, you caught me. You know, it is what it is, brother. Like, come on.
Word count. Know? But I'm going to summarize this in a very simple way. All you have to do is keyword search sorry. Yep, sorry. There's about 20 mentions of sorry in this 7-page essay here. And the first one you find, the first mention of the word sorry, is on page 5, at the end of page 5. Yeah, that's not a very good apology. Overall, this is not the worst apology in YouTube history. Like,
it's not. We've seen Logan Paul. Who else? Yeah, the only person that comes to my mind is Logan Paul. Yeah, jeez, because he got he got Japanned.
Yeah. Sinder didn't pull out a ukulele or anything like that, but when you're making an apology that is
Oh, Travis Scott, Travis Scott's apology, the one where he was busy with his head. Travis Scott knows also a terrible apology, even though he's not a YouTuber.
7 pages long, and it takes 5 pages to reach the first sorry. It's not a good look. And on top of that, those first 5 pages, complete gobbledygook, okay? A waste of time, as I have said. And she begins and continues on throughout the entire apology, trying to shift all the blame on her
to Red, which is stupid, which is dumb, which is immature. You know, at times like this, it's either you triple down, be realistic, like cut off the VTuber veil and say, yo, bro, I'm sorry, I'm human. I looked at it as a business and I was trying to do business things. It's scummy, yeah. So what? I did it. I did it because I wanted to be number one. I want to be number one. That's me. I'm an egotistical maniac. Leave me. Let me be. Let me be that. Embrace it, you know? And now we can work towards, okay, cool. I've lost all my relationships. I've lost my friendships and I've lost my fans. Let me rebuild, you know, off of that. Be realistic. But the more you try and BS and try and play games and manipulate and gaslight your fans, the more people are going to look at you and say, nah, this person's not a good person. Be realistic. People, we all make mistakes. You know, this was a mistake. You know, she's human. I mean, who's not human? Y'all are human. It is what it is, bruh. But this is not cool. 7 pages of bullshit. I don't like that, you know? For real. This could all be done with a tweet. For real, you know?
Manager / boyfriend. She tries to paint him as responsible.
No, dude, and having a manager like Red is in the right. Red is supposed to be going hard, bro. Imagine if you guys had a manager like Red. Oh my god, this guy would never leave my team. Because I know this guy, no matter what, he's my guy. You know, he's the guy that's putting me first before everybody else. You know, who cares whatever Red did, which was scummy? It was rubbish. But man, he made sure that Sinder was put on a pedestal. He made sure that Sinder got everything, and that's what a manager's supposed to do. You know, then what's the point of having a manager though? Because her next manager is gonna fuck her over. He's gonna want to take all of her money. You know,
for everything, and that Sinder had no idea what he was doing. That's very evident right here, right at the beginning. The only part from the first 5 pages we're gonna actually look at here. In regards to Nanolis, they say this: I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions, and I should have.
He's supposed to. Red is your manager. Red is playing the game. He's playing the game. Red is doing it all for you. He's not doing it for anybody else. He's doing it for you. Maybe if Red was doing it for himself, maybe, but he's doing it for you. He's your manager. You know, come on, Sinder. Come on.
Been more diligent in my oversight. She's basically saying I had no idea this was happening and I should have been watching a little.
Because her next manager won't even do, not even half, won't even do a tenth of what my guy here, Red, was doing. I wish I had a manager like this. This guy was going crazy. Hell yeah. He's supposed to be doing this, you know? That's one thing which I'm going to say. Realistically, he's supposed to be doing this.
Closer, even though there's plenty of interactions between Sinder and Nanolis about these exclusivity agreements and who she can or can't work with.
The gaslighting, that's what I don't appreciate. She's gaslighting over there.
It's just a bunch of BS. But let's skip to the good part, where the sorries actually start happening, and it begins right here with this saying, I don't deserve to be able to contact everyone involved directly to personally apologize, so I'll do it here in the chance they read it. So they begin with Nano, and again, to make this efficient, we're gonna just focus.
This is honestly like the theatrics about it, though. Come on, bro. Like, don't be theatrical about it. Just a simple DM, yo, bro, I'm sorry. DM these people. You know, don't make it theatrics to the Google Docs. You VTubers, you gotta chill. Like, it's not that deep. Y'all are internet friends. Y'all are not real life friends. Let's keep it on the internet, for real, you know. Stop this whole theatrical 7 pages of, like, you know, 7 deadly sins. Like, come on. It's not a school play. It's not, come on, you know. Just don't chat GPT shit, bro.
On the sections where we see a mention of sorry. So we begin right off the bat. I'm sorry for letting things get to this point. I'm not sorry for any individual action. I'm sorry it got to this point. Or even entertain the thought of you working exclusively with me. That's not fair to you. I wouldn't be here without you, and I wouldn't have been able to do most of what I've already done without you. I felt overly attached to our relationship over the past 4 years and loved your work so much that I wanted to make myself exclusive to your art and should have never sought those feelings to be reciprocated. Everything you've ever worked on for me was always so perfect, and I lost sight of how everyone else around me would have felt. I had no intentions of pressuring you into anything, but looking back on my clouded judgment, I can see how those messages felt that way. Yes, so basically trying to, again...
Are we stupid? Okay, now we're stupid now, Sinder. Come on, come on. I love this VTuber. She really kickstarted my career, but one thing is, bro, don't BS us, bro. Don't BS the fans, bro. Don't BS the fans. You better make sure you never ever BS the fans. Make sure you always be real. Keep it real. If anything else fails, the truth will set you free. For real, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Act like she had no idea what's going on. She
Bro.
begins with sorry, basically saying, sorry, I wanted to isolate you from other content creators and other business opportunities for my own personal greed, and I used you as a sort of proxy for my own pettiness, where I wanted to use you in a way to sabotage
gatekeep
VTubers I'm jealous of, including...
Not really sabotage, because again, Nano's only one artist. If she's the best, I don't know. I have no information. But if she's the best, right, there are many more, guys. Come on, it's not that deep where Nano is the only one. But I get it. Maybe Nano is the superstar, right? Cool, right? Cool, Nano is the superstar. But now, it's not the fact that, it breaks my heart that these guys couldn't go to other sources, and do business elsewhere. Because it is business, bro. For real, But anyways, this is just my thoughts on the whole
some of my own close friends. Yeah, that is a pretty messed up thing to do, and this apology to Nano is very weak, and it's trying to deflect blame on basically not understanding the extent of what's going on here. We now move on to Bao, who was a very close friend of Sinder and someone very affected by this, someone who was directly named in some of those exclusivity agreements, and they basically try to do the same.
As the old saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And also another one, why would you need enemies when you got friends like this? Honestly.
Talking about how they're just such a great friend and they're disgusted with themselves for buying into the narrative that my friends were competition.
They are.
Interesting. They begin by saying that and saying...
They are. She made it like that. Cinder made it like that. Come on, bro. It's business. Come on. She looked at it as a business. One thing which I gotta say, it's rare to find somebody like a Kaisenant that is selflessness. Selflessness in an industry of live streaming, content creation is very difficult. It's rare, and not many people have that. It's crazy, bro.
Basically, I'm sorry these ideas were filled into my head. As she says here, but I did. I'm sorry for not reaching out sooner about these ideas that were put in my head. She's basically saying someone else put this idea in her head.
Meanwhile, it's her. Just admit it. Be real. Come on, dude. Come on, Cinder. Come on. I expected more from you. I expected you to be mature in this situation. For real, just cut off the bullshit and theatrics. Just be real. Be real and say, like, DM and say, bruh, I did you wrong. It is what it is. If you don't want to talk to me, I put my hands up and life goes on. I played the game. She played the game.
Sabotage her own friends, and she was just helpless. She was basically possessed by this idea, and her hands moved on the keyboard all by themselves. She did absolutely nothing wrong.
You get me? Rev is saying exactly what I'm thinking. Like, are we that stupid, Cinder? Are we that stupid? I hate rubbish apologies. I hate rubbish apologies that don't have accountability. Lack of accountability, lack of self-awareness, bro. That's one thing which is so important. Lack of accountability, it it ruins so many people. It ruins the biggest of the biggest because they're not accountable. Again, it depends on your stardom, bro. You can be like this. It's all depends on your stardom, you know?
Let's move on to Sack. This one's a very weird one. Saying, I love getting to chat with you in person and absolutely loved all the hard work you put into the Boss Rush song. I was so grateful to hear that you were on board to edit the MV. I don't remember exactly why the stream got pushed back, but I definitely wouldn't have put the blame on you knowing about how soon the deadline was when you started working on it. I was so thankful for your willingness to complete the project despite everything, and the quality of how it turned out was incredible. I can't believe how Red talked about you, especially after all the effort you put in.
Bro, that time she's not understanding Red is your number one supporter. Red is your guy. F the fact that he's her boyfriend. Let's leave that alone. Red, as a manager, he did his freaking job. He did what he was supposed to do. He did everything in his power, by all means, to make Sinder what? Number one. That's what a manager's supposed to do. Don't now dismiss what Red do and throw him under the bus. Because I'm telling you, Sinder, you will never ever find another guy like Rev. You know, Red. I mean, sorry, not I'm busy saying Rev. You will never find another guy like Red. You'll never. No manager is going to treat you the same way Red did. None. Because they're all about themselves. Red was all about you. You know?
For me. Yeah, it's another sorry this all happened. And sorry that Red did this to you. She's not taking any personal accountability here. Obviously, this is a theme so far.
Yep.
Now she moves on to Cottontail and Shy Lily, who were dragged into this. Yeah, she begins by saying, I'm so sorry you had to get dragged into this. It's my fault I let it get this far, but I hope you can believe me when I say I had no knowledge of Red bringing you up in Nano's DMs. Amazing. It's the boyfriend's fault again. And she's sorry they got dragged into this.
Come in.
You know, the jealousy that she expressed regularly. Sorry that actually was connected to you. And yeah, again, a D- for this one. Another very bad grade
F-
on this apology. Then we address Silverveil here, who was a very interesting part of this whole series. She released a Google Doc on her role. She was directly mentioned as one of the VTubers that Nanolis could not work with, and she expressed many other thoughts about how she hates that people compare the two, and she just wants to break free from Silverveil. And Silverveil's like, I don't know who you are. Like, it's absolutely insane. And Silverveil was approached by Sinder on multiple occasions where she was basically trying to create a fake friendship for financial gain. And it was very clear that's what it was. And Silverveil just...
I think, you know, the nice thing where Silverveil showed it for what it is. You know, she showed that, yo, Sinder, she is low-key trying to make a fake friendship. And Silverveil kept it real. She kept it real. No BS. Straight to the point. Yo, it's like this, like that. You know, I don't want it at all. It doesn't matter what it is. I didn't want anything to do with you. And that's cool. She's like, yo, I'm doing my own thing. Do your own thing. That's cool. Do you rock, you know? But let's not force anything. And the way how it was set up to the point where even Sinder, she was the one which admitted everything. Silver never said anything. Silver's like, damn, why she say F me for? You know, that 50 Cent meme, you know? Like,
no. I'm not interested in any of that. But again, following the sorry format here, just looking for the mentions of that, you can see her addressing the whole photo thing, and she thought that this was the result of her being pressured by the community. That's why she took that photo together with Sinder acting like they're friends when in reality they had never spoken before. She also says this. This is amazing. I was so wrong for letting everyone get in my head about all these malicious feelings. I'm so sorry for any opportunities I've taken away from you. I'm sorry, Silver.
What? She took nothing from Silver. Silver just Nano, guys. Come on, Nano. Nano is one artist. Like, I think I need to do my research. Please, someone explain the lore of Nano. If this video blows up, please explain the lore. Maybe I'm slow. I don't know much about the VTuber. I only know Sinder. I only know Iron Mouse, Guara. That's it. And Rev. I can't name I know maybe like 10, but by looking at them, but not by name. So, you know.
So she's literally saying, again, I'm sorry other people's thoughts affected my behavior. Like, again, she had no control over her own thoughts and actions because people were making
the Randy Orton song, I hear voices in my head, they talk to me. Anyways,
comparisons between Silvervale and Sinder. Then you have this Spite individual who really just kind of got shortchanged here. I mean, 3 lines. This was someone that, again, they were comparing themselves to and saying that Spite was trying to rip off Sinder with some of their decisions, and that was proven very false. But you can see, to Spite, I'm sorry I had assumed things about your design that weren't true, and I'm sorry you've been harassed by commenters needing to compare us, and I apologize for the way Red spoke about you to Nano. You don't deserve any of this. I'm sorry. That one's wild. Only 3 lines, and for a person who's pretty involved, and on top of that, they're, again, talking about the other commenters who were comparing us and apologizing for Red. Crazy. Then you have this one to Peaches here where it says, I'm sorry if I made it seem...
I bet in Cinder's head she's thinking, I never did anything wrong. Which is the worst thing. You can't be like this, dude. This is where you're going to lose a lot of fans, a lot of peers. A lot of people are going to start avoiding you. And you're going to breed in the people that are going to try and use you. You know, so don't be like this. You know, look back and always... If you're in a position like this, start blaming yourself. You know, it is what it is. You did it. You know, one thing which I feel like a lot of content creators, you know, even the big ones, they lack accountability. They lack self-awareness. I've seen this happen to the biggest of content creators, you know. So it always happens. I don't know why it always happens like this, where people don't realize that taking accountability is the first thing you need to do. Of, okay, why am I in this situation? Why are people looking at me as this vile person? You know? And how can I change this situation? And how can I change to a point where people now see me in a good light? Because now it just looks bad. It looks weird. Where it's like this person doesn't realize that they put themselves in this situation. It's not like anybody put them in the situation. They put themselves. Which just is like so sad, man. It's very sad, honestly.
Seemed like I was ignoring or ghosting you. And this is another thing you see again and again where it says, I'm sorry you feel this way based on what I did. Not saying I'm sorry for what I did. No, it's, I'm sorry you felt that way.
Yeah.
That's never a good thing in a attempt at an apology.
It's not I'm sorry I did this to you. It's sorry I'm sorry based on what, you know? Weird.
You have Rain here saying by the way, this is the guy who claims that he was involved with her with sexting and stuff while she was in a relationship with Red years ago. Well, she confirmed it earlier in the document that yes, she was in fact cheating on her secret boyfriend manager. They were both very aware that she had a boyfriend at the time. Nobody was a saint in that situation, but she confirmed it. And then this is her apology to the guy she cheated on her boyfriend with. Okay?
Oh my God.
You were the first person I met as an ASM artist. During a time where I was immature and vulnerable, I ended up being consumed by the content I was making, and it led me to making awful decisions I still think about and regret. I was not in a good spot at the time. I've hated myself for this kind of behavior, and it took a long time for me to move on from what happened. I have no excuses. I'm sorry you were dragged into my drama, and I'm sorry how I made you feel after I just wanted to close the book on things.
You know, I almost stopped this video and just moved on with my life because this is stupid. No, this is so stupid. It's like I'm reading a letter from a child. You know, this is dumb. Like, this is dumb, honestly. Like, why? Like, Sinder, what's wrong with you? Nah, bro, this is ending up being stupid, honestly.
I cannot believe the apology to the guy she cheated on her boyfriend with is more legitimate and more heartfelt than pretty much everyone else in this scenario. It's kind of wild if you think about it. But this is the last stop on the apology tour here to her community. I'm sorry to my pyro pups and my mods for expecting me to lead a better example than this. I'm sorry to the VTuber community for always looking at me as someone to aspire to. I'm sorry to Kaiser, who's put his heart and soul into everything he's ever done with me and not even talking to you about how I felt. I'm sorry to the dozens of artists that have put their hard work into me, and I'm sorry to the rest of my friends who I've let down. I've led a bad example, and I don't expect forgiveness. I've made many mistakes over the 5 years on the internet. I'm only one person living the one life I get for the first time and only time, like everyone else. As I said at the start, I ended up developing an extremely unhealthy work-life balance, and the harm Red has caused.
Again, Red was supposed to do that. He was your manager. If you don't have a manager like Red, then what are you doing? Red was supposed to do that. Red was supposed to be your Superman. He was supposed to be the killer, the manipulator. He's supposed to be that. Don't throw him under the bus. You throw somebody like Red under the bus, your next manager is going to eat your money. I'm telling you, your next manager is going to eat your money. Unfortunately. And that's how it is. That's what happens to everybody, brother. Like,
with the way he viewed things is...
Red put this girl on a pedestal and said, you guys are not going to come anywhere near Sinder. Cinder's going to be number one. Whether with force, by fire. And we're going to make her number one. And they did it with force and fire and made her number one. And I love that. That's business. This is not relationships. This is fake. The relationships that these people have is fake. It's fake. Nothing is real. It's the internet. You know, these people don't live with each other. Cinder lives by herself. Nobody pays her rent. She lives by herself. So this is all fake. We know this is business. Don't throw the people that make you under the bus. Be loyal to the people like Red. That's the one thing which I'm upset about. Don't throw them under the bus. Throw yourself. Admit your accountability. Be realistic. Stop it, Sinder. For real.
Irreparable. Even in her apology to her community, she says, I'm sorry about working too hard, and then I'm sorry what Red did to you.
Stupid. So work-life balance. Like, who the fuck doesn't have a work-life balance in this world, bruh? Like, I got a work-life balance. You see me, I go to school, I work here, and nigga, come on, bruh. Like as if you're special. Are you special now, Sin? Like, what the hell?
Absolutely amazing.
Rubbish.
Crazy work. And yeah, as you might expect, this is going over very poorly. Not only are fans leaving, but all of her peers, all of her friends, all of her collaborators, they're all dunking on her. Pretty much.
Yeah, again, I love this tweet. The absolute audacity to sit and to continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolutely insane. It's insane. Dude, like, are we stupid? Do we have stupid written? Yes. And are we dumb? Are we dumb? Are we dumb? For real, bro. Come on. Admit. Don't write 7 pages of rubbish. That's rubbish. That apology there. That was rubbish. Google Docs, guys, delete that app. We have Twitter, yeah. Use the Twitter. Write the things on the Twitter. Now. Stop now writing these freaking... bro, like, let's see how many tweets this freaking tweet has, bro. I was about to search Twitter on Twitter. Okay, let's check out the tweet. 25 million views. Holy smokes. Jeez. Let's just quickly read the comments. Jeez Louise. Okay. At Gork, explain this dog. Like a shy anime girl using common Japanese words. Oh my god. He's using Gork. What y'all think? WL apology. I'm saying L apology. How's the 94%. Yeah. 94%. 9 hours ago, people are saying this is an L apology. It is. It's disappointing. If I may, I would appreciate if someone could take the time to read this, especially if it's Cinder. It's no hate, I swear. Oh my god. Stop with the Google Docs. Silly. Yeah, I gotta like this. 7 million views. This meme. This is the meme. Sinder, take it off. Who else was there? Milky. I have nothing to say about this. I have nothing to say about this that not already been said. This will forever remain as a life lesson. Three things cannot be long hidden under the sun, the moon, and the truth. That's true. You know, I think I butchered that. My reading, oh my god. As if a boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing. You're blaming him to save yourself. I am disappointed in you both. Shame on you for the pain you have caused all your friends just so you can be for real. That is so true. I've been here since you first debuted. Thank you for taking the time to make such detailed apology. I can tell it took everything out of you to boo. You are the reason why she's making apologies like this when you're supposed to be real with her, bro. Stop gaslighting. Oh my god, you guys can see my DMs. Okay, that's the Twitter. Let's go back to the video.
Every big indie VTuber has come out and replied to this apology, and it's brutal. And I'm going to start with the most brutal one, the hardest ratio in the West, Shy Lily, who normally doesn't engage in drama, so this is a pretty surprising response. And this is the longest one we're going to read, but let's get into it. The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolutely insane. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating, and I have never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends.
It's business. Yeah, it is what it is, you know.
You are the fake.
I just hate the gaslighting. It's so fake. Like, come on, Sinder. You're becoming plastic now. I don't like that. That's what I don't like.
Biggest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man, but also your own messages, while having to sit here and read through these bullshit lies you spin makes me want to vomit. Bro. To claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was terrible. Up to.
Bro, yeah, dude. You know, like, at the same time, you know, it is what it is. I support what Red did. Red as a manager was supposed to do that. You know, the way he did it was bad, but he was on the right track, I would say, you know, because it's business, guys. This is business. Even big companies do even worse. $billion companies do 10 times worse. So yeah, it was just playing the whole business thing.
Everyone who's shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friends is sickening. I have experienced your own actions without Red in a situation where, in your own screenshotted words, you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends. Always. Never feeling bad for failing them.
And that's true. She forever chose business over friends. And that's not a bad thing, you know. I just say her approach was terrible because, again, you know, when you go that route, don't be surprised when people turn on you. It is what it is. You chose the business route. Don't be now switching up. You chose it. We didn't force you. You know,
just to earn the bag and compete with me over a V-Card collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you were being a bad friend. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in your friend's career? Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome.
Yeah, then again, why are you doing Google Docs? Look, I love is it Lily, right? She said everything correctly on the Twitter, you know?
Welcome, by the way. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability.
Yes.
And all you've done is try to shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion,
Exactly.
you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences and your career and try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro Pups deserve better. 95,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen. This was a scorcher. This wasn't coming at him with a steel chair out of nowhere off the top rope. This was out of nowhere with a steel chair from the top rope. This was an absolute bomb of a response. As you can see,
compared to 13,000. Oh my god. Let's quickly check how it is right now. It is 100,000 compared to 15,000. Yo, damn! I even gave that shit a like. Hell yeah, bruh. Nah, dude, she was talking the truth. Lily was talking the freaking truth, you know. Shy Lily, I'm gonna follow her. She cool. She was talking the freaking truth, bro. Nah, dude, it's disappointing, man. Disappointing.
5,000 likes versus 13,000 likes on the apology tweet. Absolute devastation. Let's look at a couple more VTubers here. And also, I want to mention too, Shy Lily is a big part of GamerSups, who, by the way, Sinder is a partial owner of. So coming out to basically slam a person who is a partial owner of a company you work pretty regularly with, that is a ballsy move. And man, she must look pretty stupid right now. Sinder, that is, for everything going on here. Here's Vebe saying, the old classic shift, the blame onto the boyfriend, fake a breakup, come back single and in therapy, and then capitalize on what's left of your community. They deserve better.
Seen it a lot.
Yanners commenting on this. I've seen Silver receive so much harassment and unfair comparisons to you over the years, and she just tanked it. Minded her business and never once tried to sabotage your success or tear you down. Deflecting and outright lying several times in this response instead of fully owning up to your mistakes is insulting to everyone. I can't help but feel very frustrated on behalf of my friend and everyone who was on the receiving end of so much unnecessary stress, largely due to the choices you made. They handled the situation with much more grace than you decided to, and they deserve better. The weird backhanded remark you made the first time we ever met last year stuck with me, and now it makes a lot more sense knowing that this is apparently how you normally view and treat people. I hope you can learn from this and realize it's way easier to be kind and to be happy for your success as well as the success.
I know some people are built like that, bro. Some people are main character syndrome, narcissistic, selfish. And that's fine. You know, it's business, guys. You have to be like that to a certain degree and extent. There's no friends in this industry. All of those friendships are fake. That's one thing I know. I can see it, you know. I know so many people even despite that Sinder is the catalyst, a lot of these people's friendships are fake. But it's just the way now Sinder is going about it that, okay, cool, she got exposed. She's now even being more fake. It's like you got exposed. Be real. Don't be fake. What are you doing, Sinder? What are you doing? Own your mistakes. Own it. Gain some of that small pride that you have and stop being narcissistic. Because the moment when you're now being narcissistic, now we look at you like, nah, you taking us for clowns now. You look at all of us as clowns. That's disappointing, you know?
Of others. And here's a comment from Megalodon VT saying, I looked up to you, man. Well, that was the first mistake. You shouldn't look up to anime girls on the internet. That's mistake.
That's true.
Number one, especially one who's a big breakout a couple years ago, was doing a cover of a song about basically giving top. That's pretty much all it was. But anyways, let's move on. Here's another one saying, as if Boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing. You are blaming him to save yourself. I am disappointed in both of you. Shame on you for the pain you have caused all your friends just so you can be the best. And one more.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I think the rest of the video, let me just quickly check it out. Maybe
Common Japanese words mixed in. 90% of VTubers do this. You have no friends in this industry. That's just facts. Also, not exclusive to VTubers. It's just pessimistic about everything. And there's plenty of people who are cooked. I'm surprised it's had as much backlash as it has. Not just the fans going, but also all of her former friends and former collaborators. I mean, everyone's come out of the woodwork to publicly denounce her, and I think it's pretty deserved, and that's it for now. So as always, feel free to share your thoughts about today.
Okay. I'm sorry for skipping at the end. My battery's gonna die. This video is gonna be pretty long. Really long. I'm sorry about that. I just had to skip at the end, I think, because we did go to her Twitter account and just to check out the weather and the storm, but he's also reacting to things that were on the Twitter. I'm such an oldie for saying that. But yeah, man, Sinder, man, you know, she fucked up. She messed up. She's such an idiot. You know, this is so corny. The theatrics, terrible. At a certain point, we must all be adults. We're adults. We're not kids. Stop acting like children. How old is she? Like, let's Google how old is Sinder VTuber. You know, because goddamn, she's 21. Okay, so Sinder is 21, dude. Well, you know, you mid 20s, you're an adult, brother. You're an adult. Stop acting like a child. You're not 14. Stop being a stupid, like, stop it. Like, stop being dumb. You know, stop being dumb. What Red was doing, I agree. Yes, it's scummy. I know it's scummy. But that's how business is. 90% of people like this in business are always going to be like that. But you cannot be mad at somebody that's doing business. Again, Sinder, take accountability. Grow up. The people caught you. So when you get caught, you got to own up and gain some of integrity back. Because once you start losing your fans, your core fans, we're gone. We're not going to come back because we know, you know, we're going to just start undermining you. But then again, man, I just feel bad. No, I don't. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, see you guys next video. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching.